As Kiwis, we're probably doing more than our fair share of getting out there. The view that I have though is that sometimes it's a little misguided, and that's why we're actually not making it big.
I know some companies that have gone international perhaps a little bit too soon and have had challenges. Others, of course, everybody knows about the successes. So perhaps it's just an individual thing.
I think if you sit back and just, you're a dairy owner and you open the door and you wait for people to walk in and that's your whole business model, you're going to be dead next week. So you've got to get out there. The software sector and the sort of stuff we work in, the market's not big enough in New Zealand. We need to find an international market.
4 million people, technology users. How are you going to build a sustainable business with a 4 million population? It's just not doable in the technology space.
Some of the things we're doing now, Jade, are understanding how do we move to sort of an open collaboration model so that we create some scale for those small independent software vendors, has a lot of mutual benefit for us.
It's fantastic to have the world's best idea. It's fantastic to even have a fairly mediocre idea sometimes, but unless you've got a channel to a market, unless you've got the ability to execute on that, the client doesn't tend to buy these things on spec. They don't tend to buy from someone who flies in on an aeroplane. They actually fly in from a long-term relationship.
We have to work with the small independent software developers because, frankly, they're the guys and the girls that have got the good ideas. What they don't have is scale and channels to market. What we've got is an element of scale and channels to market.
And those are the markets you do have to have enough credibility, so you have to have a well-established base here first.
The margins are better overseas than they are here. Once you get into the market, once you've established that you're a credible supplier into that market, we get much better returns typically for our technology offshore than we do onshore.
Our industrial remote monitoring software package meant that the location of most of our software products, it was all around the world, even though our customers were New Zealand manufacturers that had shipped product overseas. So it meant it was easy to step off the plane in London and say, I know I'm from New Zealand, but our software is running all through the UK here, through Germany. We've got some plants that are being controlled and operated by our software in Hong Kong and Canada. And so personally, I felt credible, if you know what I mean. I didn't feel like I was saying, yes, we've got something that works in Ashburton, so it should be all right. So that gave you the confidence to sort of step into the marketplace.
I think we've probably been a little more conservative than most, but the feeling is that once we've reached the point, if we reach the point where we've dominated the local market, then we definitely want to turn our attention to the international side.
You've got to go global, and if you want to make a difference and start employing people and actually contribute to society, you've got to go into the export markets and bang the drum and make a big noise and get going.
That's one of the key things that people need to sort of really get their heads around. It's not about the idea, it's actually around the ability of putting that into a vehicle, going out there and actually generating some wealth.